Alright, Rashala's guide that we posted last week got a ton of good reviews, and people are asking me to make videos on the rest of the bosses and how to kill them. So today we're going to be going over the big bad boss of woods himself, Mr. Shturman. Alright, so we're going to break this video up into a few different parts. First, we're going to go over all the information you need to know about Shturman and his guards. Second, we're going to go over what kind of strategies you will be using depending on what quest you are currently on. And lastly, we're going to go over the loot and the gear that you're going to find on these bosses that you want to either take out to sell on the flea market or to save for one of your tasks. Shturman is always going to have 2 guards with him anytime he's in raid, and they are always going to spawn with him at the sawmill. At the time of this recording, Shturman has a 20% spawn rate, and there are a few ways you can tell if he's on the map. These shots that you're hearing is actually Shturman and his guards firing off warning rounds to players that have gotten too close to him. They typically will fire 3 to 5 times before they start shooting a player. Hack-a-loss is another way to check for boss spawns, but that's a video of its own. If you'd like me to explain how that works, just leave a comment down below. Shturman has 812 health, and 62 of those points are in his head. He does not wear armor or a helmet, but the same cannot be said about his guards. These guys have 740 health, and they can rock some pretty decent armor. Weapon-wise, Shturman is either going to spawn with an SVD or a G28. He's always going to have his AK on him, but he's going to very rarely pull it out to actually use it. His guards have some interesting taste in guns, but don't get me wrong, these guys still pack a punch when they do hit you. Alright, now let's talk strategy and guns. I'm going to show you a couple guns that I like to bring depending on what quest I'm doing. There are a couple quests that you're going to need to find Shturman for. The first one's going to be the Huntsman Path Woods Keeper. Because you're going to have to actually loot Shturman's body for this to get his key, your best bet is going to be to fight him from close to medium range so that a player doesn't have a chance to run up and grab the key before you do. Make sure to bring a close range SMG, something that has high pen on it so that you can kill the guards when they start to rush you. And then you're also going to want to bring a sniper rifle or a DMR that shoots 54R or 308 is going to be your best friend here. You're going to want to make sure you're bringing at least a level 4 armor or armored rig, as these guys do run good bullets. A couple flashbangs or grenades are nice to have in case the boss gets stuck and you need to flush him out. And of course, make sure to bring some drippy headwear, that way when a PMC is looking at you through his scope, he decides it's probably best to not shoot you and go the other way. When it comes to actually fighting the boss, Shturman likes to keep his distance. If he shoots or gets shot at, he tends to reposition around the sawmill. This is your best time to line up a shot while he's running, or right as he turns to shoot at you. And one of those big boy sniper rounds is going to be enough to one-tap him in the head. Unlike Shturman, his guards actually play pretty aggressive. Once they get shot at, they tend to push the players shooting at them, which is why you usually want to bring a sidearm. That way you can get them from close range as they push you. Once you've killed Shturman, you're going to run up to him, pray that no one's watching you, and you're going to look in his pockets for his SSK key. This is the key that you're going to need to turn in for the quest, and it has to be found in raid. So once you grab it, you're going to want to hightail it out of there to your extract. Odds are, if you did not click on this video for Huntsman's Path, this is the quest you're here for, Hunting Trip. Only 2 things are going to change with this quest. We have to make sure that we shoot him with a Remington that has a TAC 30 on it, and we have to make sure that we're shooting him from over 75 meters away. I'm going to show you my favorite places to go to get this quest done. I think people overthink the 75 meters and think it's a lot farther than it actually is, but it's really not. So I'm going to show you some close places where you can get some easy kills on him. The first one we're going to look at is log piles. As long as he's halfway through Sawmill, most of the places that he's going to camp out are over 75 meters, and if he's not that far, throw a grenade and get him to push farther away. The second place that I like to shoot him from is what I call Duffel Rock. This is going to be to the west side of the Sawmill, and you get quite a good view of the entire area. Sniper Rock, Sniper Mountain, and Spine are also honorable mentions, but I feel like they're too far away and too exposed to get any decent lines of sight and to get down to the bodies in time to loot them. Alright, so now let's talk looting. We're going to start off with showing you what you can grab off Shturman that's going to net you some money on the flea. If you want to be risky and you get an extra key off of Shturman after you've done your quest, you can try looting his stash, which is located in the center of the sawmill. It usually has pretty decent stuff, but the key also sells for 200k on the market. Random keys and items can also spawn in Shturman's backpack, but this is what everyone is here for, the Red Rebel. At any given time, this item will go from 6 to 8 million on the flea market. When you're looting the guards, make sure to check their guns, grab any sights, grab any good ammo, grenades, and meds off of them. They also have a chance of spawning with the 6B13 armor that you need for So Good Part 3, so grab those if you do need them. And I think we are done. A couple other things that we can mention is if you don't spawn near Sawmill, you can always bring an SJ6 to get over to it quicker. If you also would like to try a night run, you can run thermals because Shturman and his guards do show up on thermals. I don't personally like thermals. I have a hard time seeing through them, so I won't have any clips of that for me to show you, but it is an option. And lastly, they're not necessary, but rangefinders can help you out if you are struggling with that 75 meters. You can either put one on the top of your gun and free look up to it, or you can bring one in your special slot that you have to swap to. I think that's everything. I appreciate you guys coming by, watching the video. Make sure you drop a like, a follow. Give me a comment down below what you guys liked about this video and what you guys want to see in the next one. If you guys didn't know, I'm also live 5 days a week over on Twitch. If you guys want, stop by and let me know what you thought of the video. Appreciate all the support you guys shown me on the videos, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next one.